Boom, look at there. I'm actually muted. I'm unmuted now. But let me just take back, let me pull it back, let me pull it back, let me just get all of you back into it right here. Let me just welcome everyone to the Skits FUNHOUSE! Man, what the heck was that? I was on mute. It's like, it's a new year, and of course you screw it up. There's always something going on, and you screw it up. But that's okay. That's okay. Sometimes you make mistakes. Sometimes you do better with them. You learn from it. That's just the world we live in. I gotta tell you something, though. I gotta tell you something. It's a little hot in here. It's getting real hot in here. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a hot day. So let me just turn down this heat right here. Man, it's really, really cold outside right now. But as you can, I'm wearing shorts. Boom. That's how I roll. It's like 36 degrees out right now. And hey, man, I'm wearing shorts. That's just the way I'm on a roll today. I know, man. I'm sitting here like talking to people. I'm like doing the Skits Funhouse, and then I find out I'm muted so the first like 10 seconds are going to be muted. That's kind of weird. But let's just start all over again. Let's pull the veil back and dig right back into it. That's just what happens sometimes, you know. You get started, you think everything's perfect, you think you're doing all of it right, but then out of nowhere, no sound. Dead air. I can't believe it. That's just how it happens sometimes. So silly, so silly. But I gotta tell you, you know, I'm excited. It's a new year. There's gonna be tons of stuff going on this year. We got skits. Oh, let me just switch back over to that, show y'all right quick. Boom, bam, look at there. So we got Skits Origin. Just come on over here and sign up. You get $5 off discount on the book when you sign up for the mailing list. Go check that out. Look at this. We got painted stuff. We got drawn stuff. We got color drawn stuff here. I mean, this is just going to be all types of stuff. And the way this book is this was a book that I worked on like 12 years ago, like way back. I was like, I was trying to learn how to actually do comic books, right? I was like, okay, I gotta do comic books. The best way to do comics is just make comics, right? That's the best way to learn. Just dive right in and do it. So that's what I did. That's what we got going on right here. That's a Skits Origin. That's what's gonna be coming up. We're gonna be launching it really, really soon. Few weeks. Just stay tuned. It's gonna be super, super soon. But go sign up for that. You get you that discount on day one on the book, and we're going to have some G-Clays. I've showed off some G-Clays before. We're going to have those on the campaign as well, of some of the more interesting images and stuff like that. So boom, go check that out. It's going to be a blast. So some of the other stuff that we have coming soon, you know, I've been trying to dive into something that whenever I'm interested in an artist, the thing that I always look at is their sketchbooks. You know, the sketchbooks are just like a big, big thing for me. I'm huge into sketchbooks. It's what I like to see. It's what I like to do. But you can never really showcase it necessarily in a decent way. It's just like, here's a printing of my sketchbooks. It's like, okay, well, you know, you do some artwork and you print it and you put it out there. Well, you know, my idea was like, why don't people make handmade books that tell stories? And that's something that I've done in the past. There's a few of them back over there. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4. There's about 7 over there that I've done in the past. Like I've done some Franz Kafka. I've done Edgar Allan Poe. You know, I've turned some stories into handmade books and stuff like that. So this is something that I really wanted to dive into this year, is taking stuff that I do in my sketchbooks. I do it anyway, but you never see it, you know. So I was like, let's just take the stuff in the sketchbooks. Let's build a handmade book with an actual skit story in it, And, you know, when I'm doing my 1 hour a day sketching and warming up and doing all that stuff, let's just turn it into a story. I already got the story laid out. I've already kind of jumped into it. And, you know, it's like you take an hour, produce something out of it. So after like 3 months, you actually have a book, a 48-page book that, you know, is a nice story. It's done in a sketchbook way, a style of art that I actually really enjoy. So this is actually what we're going to be doing in the new year. You know, this is something that you'll be able to enjoy. I'm going to film every last part of it, so it's going to be put up in places here and there on our website, on the Skits website. Also, some other places, you know, but this is going to be something that we're really getting into coming up here real shortly. Wanted to just say hello to a few people in the chat right now. We got Black Star, thanks. That's my wife. She'll be in there hollering at everybody. Appreciate that. There's Verse Films Productions. They're in there. We will cast you in our silent horror film. Thank you. Yeah, that's a little boogered up at the beginning there, didn't I? And we got J $. Hey, lovers. Hey, I appreciate you for showing up, saying hello and stuff like that. We're going to be having Mitch Breitweiser here. He's supposed to be here like a minute or two before 5 o'clock. But I was like, there's no reason to come when I'm just sitting here talking and blabbing at the beginning to kind of, you know, get people interested and see all the junk that's going on, kind of hype everything up. So I was just like, hey, come in a few minutes before 5 o'clock. Everything will be great. So we're actually going to be talking to him here in a few minutes. But I just wanted to show y'all, let's just kind of show you some of the sketching stuff. See, like, this is kind of stuff that you would see in a sketchbook from me. You got some ink, you got some pencils, you got tape, you got paint, you got little things here and there. I mean, it's just kind of silliness, all types of silliness going on there, but it's fun. You know, this is what a sketchbook should be. It's just a ton of fun. So that's exactly the type of stuff that we'll be getting into with the sketchbooks and stuff. So this is going to be great. You know, it's actually going to be a handmade book. You're going to follow me through the entire process. So just stick around and see when you can actually sign up for it, because you're going to have to sign up, go in. We're going to have a few different pay levels. We'll have a pay level where it'll actually be like you get the book for free. That's, you know, part of the pay. Or if you just want to pay a couple bucks, then we'll have it that way too a month. So, but look out for that. I'm filming everything right over here. We got complete full long videos of the whole process of doing the sketchbooks. So it's just going to be great. You know, we're doing storybooks, handmade storybooks. That's just awesome. It's the type of stuff I like. Let me just give you another little taste. Here's one of my big sketchbooks here. Oh, there you go. Look at all the textures and fun stuff there, huh? That's a whole lot of fun there. Let me, probably should just scan these in and show them off that way. But yeah, you know, hold them in your hands, show them off. I mean, this is the type of stuff that you get in sketchbooks. So we're going to be getting all these textures, but then we've got a story going on at the same time. Let me see here. Oh yeah, this one's good. Yeah, show off some more textures and stuff. Look at there. Loads of fun. Yeah, so that's what we got coming up here this year. We're going to be starting that off shortly, probably not too right around the time that we start the Skits campaign, the Skits Origin. So come on and check out for that. I'm noticing in the background that Mitch has showed up. So let me just warm something up here while he gets ready in the background. I don't like to have people waiting in the background too long. So like I do my thing, and then if I see him show up, I'm just going to bring him in and say hello. But let me just find something here. Oh, looky there, looky there. Mitch, are you ready? We're good to go? All right, let's go here. Boom. Mitch, how are you doing? Let me just give you a warm a Skits Funhouse welcome. Let me, Mitch, I would like to welcome you to the Skits Funhouse!
Wow. I've never been more welcome. And that's awesome.
Awesome.
Nice
That's
to be here
great,
again.
man. Oh,
Nice
that's
to be here.
awesome. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for being here, man. This is just fantastic. It's a new year. We got new things going on, and it's just great to see some old faces, some new faces. Just check in on people, see what's going on. I mean, you got stuff going on all the time, so it's just great to have you here. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Yeah, doing really well. Feel great. Lots of stuff going on, so I'm staying really busy. I'm back to the drawing board, which is really
Oh,
exciting, and yeah, lots of cool stuff ahead. Very excited about, and we got cool stuff going on right now. So
nice.
it's been hectic, busy, a lot of work. Our team over at Allegiance Arts is like really throwing their weight into it, which is awesome. Everybody's doing a killer job. Man, just lots to be excited about.
Sweet, sweet. So before we crunch all into the nitty gritty of that sort of stuff, I just like to break the ice kind of a little softer here. How was your
All right.
holiday? How was your Christmas?
It was lovely. Yeah, we saw family, ate
Nice.
really well, got to travel around the state a lot, and yeah, it was super nice. Yeah, could have spent more time with family, but I cherish every little bit that we get.
Yeah, we went down to Florida. It was a good change from East Tennessee weather. It was cold here. It's frigid. It's
Mhm.
getting below freezing here. So we went down to Florida, and then it was like 80s. You know,
Oh man, yeah,
uh,
that sounds nice.
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, it's the best time of the year to visit Florida, because I was born and raised in Florida, Daytona Beach, and it's nothing new to me. I've been,
Yeah.
but when you live, I haven't lived there in 20 something years, so it's been a while. But to actually go back and be like, oh yeah, this is the nice time of the year for Florida. It's like perfect 70s, 80s weather.
Oh
Real
man,
nice.
you make me jealous. I want to be there.
Yeah,
Our editor in chief lives there in Central Florida, and I'm like, he's always asking me how cold it is up here. I'm like, it's cold. It's cold. I like Minnesota cold, but it's cold for you.
yeah.
Stay away.
Yeah. Yeah, it gets cold in the Midwest. I'm guessing you're considered Midwest out there, right?
I guess so. I don't know. We're in the Ozarks, in the Ozark
Yeah.
Mountains, so it's the coldest part of Arkansas, and it's just kind of up in the northwest corner of it. It's totally
Yeah.
beautiful, but you get a nice, chilly, crisp winter. I like it though.
Yeah, I've been there quite a bit actually. One of the first jobs I ever had, I worked for this company where we did turnkey operation for OTCs, over the counter
Mhm.
products and stuff like that. And we always had to go to Walmart for pitching products and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I'm actually quite familiar with the place. Some of the nicest hotels I've ever been at my entire life are in Benton.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
The hospitality game here is on point, and that's
yeah.
kind of all due to Walmart, which is only about 20 miles away from me.
Ah, man, yeah. That's beautiful, beautiful area. So, okay, so you got this Nora Saga thing going on here,
Hmm.
and it looks like it's doing really good. But
Yeah.
just tell me a little bit about how it came to this point, because I know like you've been selling in Walmart, and you're like, okay, now we're going to release like 6 issues, the first full season, all in one book. So tell me how you came to that.
Well, we released the first 3 episodes of all 4 of our launch titles into Walmart, and then our last release was, I think, in March of 2021. And then it's been a bit of a drought ever since, but the work on the books didn't stop. We just have a little kind of conflict with our distributor that we're working through. Walmart's been great. We hope to resume that as soon as we can, but not before backers get their Nora Saga books. And we'll keep our customers updated on all that stuff as we figure that out. But that's why we're moving to. I mean, the books are almost all nearly done, so we're just going to turn to crowdfunding to get them done in a glorious and beautiful, thick trade paperback package. These are going to be some thick books. It's 6 comic book episodes, all packaged together in one beautiful package. And since they're almost done, we're like, man, we got to get these to customers like as quick as possible. And this was the best way to do it. And we love crowdfunding. We love the crowdfunding community. You like help kick off a lot of what we're doing, and so we just wanted to present this in a really cool way to those customers and get it to them as quickly as possible.
So 6 books. I'm guessing that's around 120 pages, 100
Yeah,
something like that.
I think it's going to be about 136. Our books are a
Nice.
little thicker, so our books are 22 at minimum, and we sometimes go up to 25 or 26 pages.
Wow, that's a big one. And what's the price point on that? Actually, let me just go ahead and pull it up.
Yeah, it's $30. So $30 for a really meaty trade it's $5 an episode essentially, which is the price we were charging at Walmart. So I think it's a really great value. We're offering a whole lot. Of course, you get a free bookmark for the base tier. You get a free bookmark and sticker. And we have lots of other really cool add-ons and items that you can upgrade to in this campaign, like T-shirts and postcards.
Cool.
And lapel pins, all that kind of stuff, signatures.
Cool. Yeah, I've only read obviously the first 3 books because that's all that came out in Walmart. You had the first starter pack that you did on Indiegogo, where it's like the first episode or the first issue of
Yeah,
all the
that was like
different.
basically that was an awesome campaign. We had those backers helped fund some of help get us down the road and making episode 2 and episode 3 and beyond.
Mhm.
So that was a lot of fun. It was kind of a sneak preview of everything we have in store.
Cool. Yeah, that's awesome. So I'm super excited with this. Uh, my wife thinks that this is one of the better of
Oh,
all the comics that y'all put out. I personally, though, I'm a Red Rooster guy. I like the Red Rooster stuff. I
that's
mean,
okay. Everybody can have a favorite. That's okay. We
yeah, I
love
mean,
them all.
I'm Southern. I gotta do the Southern
100%.
stuff. I love
Yeah.
love it. That was something that when I was a kid, when it came to television, that I always was just kind of like, man, like they had Dukes of Hazard, but it didn't look like Georgia,
Yeah.
because I mean, I was in Georgia all the time. I'm Florida to Tennessee. I'd go back and forth. That's where my family is. So I was in Georgia all the time. And I'm like, man, this doesn't look like Georgia to me. I'm sorry.
I guess they probably filmed it somewhere in California, probably, but I don't know.
Oh yeah, it was in Southern California. And then also the one of the things I really liked was the Walter Lantz cartoons. A lot of the Walter Lantz cartoons took place in the deep South, and you could tell, they got all the plants and the Spanish moss, and
Hmm.
those types of things were really cool. But you don't see those anymore, like Woody Woodpecker and all them.
Hmm.
Um, those were really cool. One thing that I always did like though was what was the Creature from the Black Lagoon. That was actually filmed in Central Florida at Silver
Oh,
Springs,
oh, awesome.
and yeah, and you could tell it was. Anyone who's been to Central Florida, they'd be like, yeah, that's Central Florida. It looks like a big swamp.
Yeah. Well, I want to do Red Rooster, and I want it to be filmed here because that's where it's supposed to be.
Uh
I mean,
oh.
I live in
Oh.
Red Rooster country, so.
Oh. Wait. Did you just did you say you want it to be filmed here? Do
Well,
we
I mean,
have an exclusive?
no, no, it's more like where we're going, but where we're not yet. So I'm just putting it out there in the universe, just because that's the way it happens.
Oh man, that'd be awesome. Yeah, to have something like that filmed. I mean, I I'm not quite sure what it would be like to create something and then actually see it show up on the big screen. I mean, that's got to be a real surreal experience.
I'm sure it is. I haven't tasted that quite yet, but we will. We will one day, and one day not too long from now, I think.
when when I was in Savannah, I went to Savannah College of Art and Design. One summer, there was a bunch of films being filmed there that just started coming from all over the place. But one of them, Forces of Nature, it was like a Sandra Bullock film. Uh, a terrible film, to be perfectly honest with you. But a bunch of my friends actually got cast as extras in that movie, and it's just weird to kind of see all your regular friends that you always see like up on the big screen. It's like, dude, like these are all my friends. It's like, what the heck's going on? This is really strange.
Awesome. Yeah,
But
we'll get there soon, I think.
well, that's great. I hope you do, man. So we got Kelsey Shannon doing this, and then of course Blake Northcott. She's
Hmm.
writing it, right?
That's correct.
Yeah, that's just awesome stuff. Do you want to play the video?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, it's all you.
Okay. Okay, let's just play the
You're in
video.
control.
All right. Well, I like to ask you. See what's going on. Let me play this. I did this again. Like I forgot to unmute you.
Oh, I actually muted myself, so it's all good.
So who did your videos, man? This looks awesome.
Yeah, so that video was made by Nick Amendolara, and he's our editor in chief. He has a film background. He's done a lot of cool things. He's worked on a lot of projects you may have heard of. He was in the art department, I believe, on The Fifth Element.
Whoa.
Did years of reality TV show stuff. He's written and directed, produced. He's been a script reader. He'll have to give you the whole runaround, but he's got the film chops.
Yeah.
Which maybe give you a hint at the direction we're going, or what we're heading in that direction. We're really focused on growing this and going that way. But he's got a great film background and did that. He did an amazing job. And the guys at Manimations, Josh Van Haltren, did that little last animatic of the end where Nora's coming through the fog and that Viking comes up, and that's been great. They did a killer job.
Yeah, I just think it looks fantastic. Verse Films asked, could you buy these only in crowdfunding, website only? What's the deal here?
So what's available now on crowdfunding only is the complete 6-issue season of Nora's Saga. So the complete Nora's Saga season 1 is what's available on crowdfunding. The first 3 episodes are in Walmart, although it's probably very difficult now to find episode 1 and 2. And we sell those episodes on our online store in digital format as well. So if you want the complete season and you want to get it by May, then Indiegogo is the place to go. And then after that book fulfills, then we'll release the individual episodes on our website and possibly into retail.
Okay. Yeah, you had mentioned something. You had mentioned something earlier about distribution issues. Can you touch on that for a sec? What's the deal with that?
Not really. We're working it out. So we just had I don't know what you'd call it, which is something we're working through, I guess. We'll get it figured out. So I'll keep everybody updated when I have news.
All right. You don't have to say anything. I know how it is when you're dealing with people. I mean, usually when it comes to social media, if you don't have to put it out there, don't,
Yeah, we needed to let our customers know that there was something going on, and that's why they hadn't seen new books and why we're launching the crowdfund. But other than that, we're just going to work on it behind the scenes as best we can, and we'll get it worked out.
Yeah, last time I was actually at Walmart, I think the only #1 I saw was The Futurist, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, they're hard to find now, actually. So we'll see how that goes. I'm hoping they'll do really well for customers that bought them and maybe want to resell them on eBay. For those of you that don't know, any books, it's a newsstand process. So it's not like a comic book store where these books, like if they don't sell, they go into a quarter bin or dollar bin or whatever it is. That doesn't happen here. These are like magazines and periodicals. So the books are actually not, they're not returned. They're actually destroyed. So just like a magazine. So we're going to let the market figure out, what the value of these things may be in the future. That's up to them. But they're definitely limited. And what's sold in Walmart is what is there.
Mm.
So
So,
if you've got any number one still in Walmart, buy them, and I'll want them.
so I know back in the day what they used to do is they used to rip the covers off of them to send them back for proof of, so they could get the money back on them. Do they still do that? Do they still rip the covers off, or do they just destroy them and say,
You know, I'm not totally sure of that process. We don't get them back because it's just cost prohibitive.
Yeah.
That's the way the business works. I'm not sure how it's handled between the distributor and the retailer. I really don't know.
Yeah, I know the reason why they did it back then is because they didn't have the computerized systems that they really have today, where they have the scan history and all that sort of stuff. Back then, they had to have,
Proof,
proof that it actually didn't sell. So they would just rip the cover off and send you a stack of covers and stuff like
I don't think that's the way it goes, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah, that's the old way. I had I think I was in like 6th or 7th grade, and my dad knew somebody who actually did the distribution in like the Daytona Beach area of all the comics and stuff to like 7-Elevens and stuff like that. And he one time brought me a giant box of stuff that never even made it to the shelves or had the covers ripped off. And it was like, it had to be like 200 books, and it was like more comics than I'd ever seen in my entire life. And I was just like, oh my gosh, look at all these comics, you know.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was the coolest thing in the world. It only happened once. I don't know what ever happened to him. I was looking for more, but they never came around. So can I talk to you a little bit about art process? Like,
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I love that.
okay, let me just kind of switch off of here, get back to Nora's a little later. So I've been seeing on your website or on your YouTube channel, for anyone who wants to see what Mitch is doing and stuff, they should go over to the YouTube channel. I got it. I believe I have it down in the description. Check that out. But something that I'm really, really interested in is art process. You know, that's something that I always try and get artists on here to talk about process. And I know you're doing digital. You know, it seems like everything's digital. How long you been doing digital?
I started doing digital probably in 2008 or 9. Yeah, I started like penciling digitally because I never really liked to pencil. So I always I loved inking and coloring and painting and all that kind of stuff, but penciling was never my thing. So I switched to computers for that. And originally I would print out my digital pencils and then hand ink them. And I still do that from time to time. Like if I'm going to hand ink anything, I usually draw it in the computer first.
Yeah.
So I started doing that probably 2008 or 2009 and just kept at it. Then I started painting, digitally painting. And then I, along with my wife, we learned to color comics digitally. So, you know, now I color we color everything in house. Well, not everything in Allegiance, but anything that I do. And some of the Allegiance stuff we color in house. I'm coloring something right now, actually.
Yeah, I saw you this morning. I was like, oh, hey, there you are. You know, it's like you're always over there doing something.
Yeah, I've been coloring the covers for The Futurists, which is illustrated by Butch Geis. So I've been coloring all those covers, and it's a great pleasure, to be honest.
Yeah, which I got to tell you, I mean, the Futurist looks amazing. I mean, the art.
Yeah, he's Butch is a legend, and he does an amazing job. It's really and he loves this book, and he's really enthusiastic every time he gets a chance to work on it, and so we really appreciate that. And he's really digging deep on his art on this, and it really shows.
Yeah, it just looks fantastic. So do you do any traditional art anymore?
Oh yeah, I actually let me grab something real quick. 1 second, I'll be right there.
Yep.
Yeah, so I've got a few more of these to do, but I've been doing these Red Rooster watercolor drawings.
Nice. Yeah, I've seen a couple of those.
I love to paint. I actually am kind of a painter at heart. I've got a few more of these to do for some customers. Boom. Yeah, so I love to get in and play with watercolor and gouache and fountain pens. I love fountain pens and that kind of stuff. So this is probably my favorite one right here.
Yeah, it looks like the Shadow or something.
Yeah, that one I'm gonna hang on to. So that one's going in a frame.
Are those just printouts of the originals?
No, those are the originals.
Oh,
yeah,
so What type of paper is that on?
It's on very thin. It's on fountain pen paper made by Mont Blanc, which is a German company, and they just make really high quality material. They use really high quality materials on their stuff, and it's very, very thin, which I like, which makes it portable and easy to work with. But it also holds up really, really well because it's very durable and acid free paper, so it holds paint really, really well too.
Is that their vellum line?
It's probably some kind of really thin vellum. I really don't know exactly what it is, to be honest, but it's magic, and it's like butter to draw on.
I got a pile of drawings from Jeff Jones that I got years ago, and they were all on like really thin vellum paper, and it was. I mean, when you hold it in your hands, it just felt like silk. I mean, it was just really, really fine, nice stuff. And I got to think like the paper was probably like $2-3 a sheet for this real fine vellum stuff he had. It's just wonderful to work on.
Yeah, for sure. This paper is not really that cheap either, but if it works, it works.
Yeah.
So it's worth it for me.
Yeah, that's something that I had a discussion with another artist on here not too long ago, Mog Park, and she was behind the scenes after the show. We were talking about papers, and she was just like really getting into it. Like, how do you know about this and that? And what's the difference between acid-free 100% rag cotton paper? Because there is a little bit of difference. It has to do with how long the fibers are and stuff like that. And but I just always get intrigued by stuff like that. I'm just a huge fan. So how do people get those? Just by chance? Yeah.
Well, these are for my commissions list is closed, so there is no way to get them really. I mean, I'm not going to take commissions for a good long while. Maybe when I run another Red Rooster campaign, I will take a handful, but it'll be extremely limited, and I am going to charge a premium for them probably, because if I've got a lot going on and a lot to do and a lot of comic books to make. Really, I'm most anxious to get back to drawing Red Rooster episodes 4 through 6, which is what I've got in my own personal future, which I'm really excited about.
When do you start on that?
Well, it's already begun. We've got a great script. We've been working on the script slowly but surely, getting it all dialed in. But we have a really fun script for 4 through 6. Some of the art is already done, and it's kind of had a small hiatus, but now I'm getting back into it. And I'm going to be back on YouTube. And I'll be diving into those pages here really soon, so people can follow along and watch. And I'm going to try to do more screen recording of the process, and maybe work with a team to create some tightly edited videos around the drawing process and the creative process, inking and coloring and all that good stuff. Yeah. So lots to look forward to.
So I was about to ask you a question, but for some reason I got lost in what you were talking about, and I forgot the. No, I got it. Hold on a sec. No, I forgot it. Never mind. So anyway, my wife, she's obviously in the background listening. She says, "You are married to an actress on the big screen." And I was like, "Yeah." When I was talking about my friends in Savannah who are on the movie, I was like, "Yeah, I guess my wife is in a bunch of stuff."
Yeah, awesome.
I know, she's like, "Hey, I'm on there too." It's like, my bad.
Well, I don't know what it's like to be married to a movie star. That must be pretty awesome.
Yeah, well, it's one of them things. They're just like anybody else, right?
Yeah. All right.
We had a big question from her as well. She said, "What did you eat as your first New Year's meal?"
Gosh, the very first meal of 2022, I don't even know if I remember, but on New Year's Eve, we had, we went over to a friend's house, and he cooked a beef short rib. And it was
nice.
amazing. My wife made cornbread, like a jalapeno bacon cornbread. It was everything. We had all the fixings. It was an amazing meal. Probably one of the best meals I had of the year, if not the best. And it was a great way to end the new year.
That sounds fantastic. I got to tell you, like, one of the things that I had to do for the new year is I had to kind of go on a diet. And
Oh
And
no.
I know I'm like 10 pounds overweight. And my wife's like, you gotta keep it in check. And I'm just like, man, all I want to do is just eat awesome food. I don't really care about any of this.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I'm working on it. And all I've been eating though, the good part about what I've been eating is just meat and vegetables. That's what I'm doing. I'm eating a ton of meat and a little bit of vegetables.
Yeah, it's I like that diet. I can live with
Yeah,
that.
that's like the
I,
best diet.
I
It's
like
like
I crave if I had carbs yesterday because we had like three meaty vegetable-y meals in a row, but you gotta have a carb every now and again. But I can
yeah.
live on. I love the meat.
Yeah, see, that's my problem too. I'm like, man, can't I just have a little bit of carbs, And then I'm like, wait a minute, does fried chicken is that just a meat or does that accidentally have carbs in it? I'm just like, I don't
Oh,
care. I'm just gonna eat fried chicken. Why
yeah,
not?
there you go. That's a great way to get your carbs.
It's awesome. So, oh, speaking of chickens, and Red Rooster, obviously, but I've noticed on your YouTube channel you've been showing videos of y'all like with farm animals, with the
Oh
horses and
yeah,
chickens and stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. My wife. I guess we have a horde of chickens. So we, we've got like I think 10 hens and a rooster, or maybe 11 hens and a rooster. I kind of lose count, but it's pretty
Man,
awesome. We get fresh eggs every day. They're a lot of
yeah,
fun, and
yeah,
she loves taking care of them, and I enjoy helping her out, and definitely enjoy the farm fresh eggs. They're pretty awesome.
yeah. I mean, if you've never had one, it's a delight. The color of the inside of the yolks and everything are just vibrant and
Hmm.
rich, and you can actually taste it. That's one of the problems I've always had with store bought eggs is they don't have much taste to them. There's nothing really there.
Yeah, no, they're really good. We have a really great breakfast every day.
I bet, man. Yeah. So, what one of the things I've always liked about chickens, and I don't know if you have any like that, but like this, what I'm about to tell you, is every now and then you'll have a funny chicken, and they'll just kind of sit there and they'll do their thing. They're scratching, they're bobbing up and down, and then like you'll come around and they'll notice you, and they just kind of look at you, and they're just like,
Yeah, we definitely have one like that for sure. Yeah, we've got all of ours are pretty weird, I gotta say.
Man, I saw the one with the big old feet that had the feathery feet. Those
Oh, that's
are
the rooster. Yeah,
those are
we've got a couple
funny.
with feathery feet, but that's a little Belgian rooster, and his name is Kung Fu. He's cool.
Well, I gotta tell you, man, I would love to have chickens, but my problem is I'll get really attached to them, and
Hmm.
then I won't want to eat them because myself, I just want to eat them.
Well, these are
But
egg birds, so we don't plan on eating
no,
the egg birds. They're making eggs
um,
for us every day. I think my wife just gathered up like five or six.
so you got no fried chickens or anything like that?
Well, we actually funny you mentioned that, but we have another rooster who's uh, he's a bad rooster. He attacks people and he won't stop. So
You
we're
never will.
yeah, so we're gonna eat him.
So I know a little bit about eating roosters. Are you gonna pressure cook them?
Um, is that I don't know. My wife is researching it, so
They're they're
he's getting
very
fattened up right now. So he's in isolation, being fattened up, and then I hear that we need to do something to make him a little more tender.
Yeah, they're very they're chewy.
Yeah.
And one of the best things to do is put them in a pressure cooker for like 2 or 3 hours and cook them
Hmm.
that way, and they just fall apart.
Okay.
Fantastic.
All
It's
right. Well.
easy too.
Okay. Yeah. Very good.
Yeah,
All right. I think we
yeah.
have a pressure cooker, so that maybe that's the way to
That's
do
all
it.
you need. Just look up something for pressure cooking roosters, then you'll be fine. Do I need to let you go? You got
No,
something
no,
else?
no. That was I don't know why my turn my ringer off. Sorry.
You're fine, man. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Some other stuff. So, have you ever thought about going back to traditional art completely?
Not. I mean, I would love to. In theory, it's just it, for production art, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, and I'm
Speed.
so used to doing it this process the way I have it now that it makes it more special when I saw you with your sketchbooks earlier, so it actually makes it more special when I get to sit down and play in my sketchbooks and draw and paint and that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
for me, I think the comic book stuff will probably stay in digital at least for a few more years at least. But I have this other side of me that has to get in and play with materials and touch paper and do all that stuff too. And I just sort of like to, do both. But comic books will be digital. I know that stinks for collectors and whatnot, but I got to make the books.
Yeah, that's one thing that I've had a problem with myself because in skits I did these painted pages. They're just like full on digital paintings. But I'm sitting there afterwards. I'm like, I ain't got nothing to show for it. I mean, it's a cool picture, and but I'd like to be able to hold something. That's the and that's another thing for digital comics too. For me, I'm just like, I don't want to have something that's on my phone or my iPad. I want to actually hold it.
Yeah. Well, at the end of the day, I get to hold a comic book, which is
That's
really
true.
the end goal, and that's where it's supposed to be. It's all meant to live in that thing, in that object. And so for me, creating the object, the comic book, is kind of the goal of the art. And so holding the comic book in your hand, it gives me that feeling probably times 10.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. There, yeah. So, you were saying about working on Red Rooster. You're saying that you're kind of out of it and not doing it. When you were out of it and not doing it, do you feel that calling where you're like, gosh, I know I'm doing this business stuff, but I feel like I should be over here doing this
Oh,
thing?
definitely. Yeah. It stinks. It really stinks. I mean, this drawing is what I do, and
Yeah.
it's just part of me. And so when I'm kept from it for too long, it just starts to eat away. And so it's good to be in a place now where I can refine my soul again and get back to it and engage with audience and share that love and that passion with everybody.
I worked for this one company for a while. I ain't gonna mention any company names when I do this stuff, but I was the lead designer for a while, for a number of years, and then they wanted to, give me a better position in the company because of the work I was doing for them, and they were like, "Okay, we're going to make you director of product development." And I was like, "Sweet, sounds great." They didn't have one. I mean, I was kind of doing the role anyway, but not really. So I had to hire some more people to kind of take over some of the stuff I was doing. But doing that, I didn't really work anymore.
Hmm.
It's like in meetings all day. You're doing this, you're doing that. You're going out on the road, and you're taking meetings at different companies. You're trying to develop stuff for people in meetings, like, in other parts of the country, and it's just like at one point I was just kind of sitting there. I was like, is this what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life? Just do these stinking meetings? It's like,
Mm-hmm.
gosh, such a bore. I just wanted to get back to doing some design. And then at the same time, I had like 6 or 7 people under me doing the jobs, that I used to do. And I kind of feel like they're looking over their shoulders at me, like, you ain't doing any work anymore. All you ever do is go to meetings.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like that. I hate that too. And we do have to have meetings, right? Because you got
Yeah,
to touch base and make sure everybody's on the same page. And we have 2 employees, and we have artists that we work with and writers.
yeah,
But it's a necessary evil. But like I feel the same way about it. So as a manager or as a boss or as a founder, I guess, then I try to make sure everybody gets on point really quickly. Everybody has something really fun and exciting and creative to do, and then just tell them to go get it, and trust. And we have great people, so I know that our people can go and execute and get it done. I don't got to like look over their shoulder, just coordinate a little bit. But nobody wants to spend all their time in meetings. Everybody wants to be creating stuff in
yeah.
whatever they're doing. So like that that's that's the way I want our whole like brand to live. Everybody get out there and make something.
Yeah, I mean, that's when it all works the best. The more people you can have actually creating stuff, the better. And one thing I always notice, there's always at every company I've ever been to, and usually I'm this person, but there's always one person who produces about 70-80% of everything for the company. I don't know if it's like that with comic books because there's a ton of work that has to be done in comic books, but
Yeah.
there's always one person where you like lean on them. It's like, hey man, I need you on this one.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I
Ye-
think I think that's just kind of the way with everything. I don't know how that translates to comic books, but and we have great
Yeah, I
people
don't know either.
doing, um, but as far as like the brand or the brand that we're cultivating, the brand that we're building and have built, like it's my expression, right? It's influenced by all these people that have helped us get where we need to go, but ultimately, like I'm the captain of the boat and I'm telling it where it goes. I love listening to feedback and working with great people and helping them guide this process. But ultimately, this all is on the buck stops here, and it's just sort of my job to make sure it's going where it needs to go, where we want it to go, and that we're surrounded by great people that are enthusiastic about helping us get there.
That's awesome. Sounds fantastic. Oh, so we got this question. We wanted to circle it back to Nora. We got to keep
Oh yeah,
bringing
yeah.
it back to the book, and my wife's back there. She's like, hey, so have Mitch take us through the story of Nora. Can you do that? Can you actually tell us where we are and where we're going with Nora?
Yeah. So Nora is. It was actually started with. I have a creative partner named Patrick Stiles. We create a lot of this stuff together. He pitched me this idea he had one time for a web comic called Nora's Saga about a girl who had some traumatic injury and was seeing her real life as a Viking Norse epic. And
Yeah.
so that idea was fun, but it just kind of sat in a drawer for a number of years. And when I set about building this Allegiance Arts brand and deciding what books we wanted to tackle, um, it just got pulled out of the drawer and said, hey, I brought it up to Patrick and said, hey, what if we took your webcomic idea and we turned it into a full, like an actual saga, like an actual huge adventure where Nora, this girl, has this traumatic experience and then finds herself in an actual Viking reality. So it becomes a little bit more like Wizard of Oz. And then she has to, where some of the things in the Viking reality might mirror her conflicts and experiences and difficulties in her real life, but they're manifesting in the Viking world. And then she has to go on this huge quest or an odyssey to win over friends, right, allies, and confront monsters and gods and all this stuff to ultimately achieve some objective that will help her return to her real world. And that's the origins of Nora Saga. And the book, the actual book, really didn't deviate from that. We just sort of added to it, so that core concept is still there.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, it turned out amazing. Blake Northcott really brought the heat. When we brought her in to write it, she loved the idea and wrote out a really fantastic setup to this story, and we fell in love with that. And from there, Nora Saga just kicked up, went in overdrive. We brought Kelsey Shannon on board, who is a phenomenal artistic talent. So he was able to not just realize the script, but really elevate it in a lot of ways and bring a lot of life and humor and humanity into these characters, like Nora and Astrid and Nora's father, Nandor, the Viking tribes people, the Volslag, which are this enemy horde of Vikings. And we get to see a lot of fun Norse mythological characters in the story as well. And they manifest in some really fun and cool ways. And yeah, we're actually really, really excited to wrap up the first season of Nora Saga. I love the ending of the book. I can't wait to deliver it and show it off to people. I think everyone will be very happy. And then Kelsey and myself and Nick, our editor-in-chief, we've been talking behind the scenes about Nora Saga Season 2 quite a bit. And everybody's got some killer ideas now that we've been in this world and played with it and know these characters really intimately. now it's they all have wonderful arcs in season 1, but now that we know them and know really what makes them tick, in season 2 we can really really have some fun with them. So it's gonna be fun.
Sweet, man. So you've done this with Norse Saga. You've obviously got 6 issues done. Is it the same for all the other books, except for I know you haven't done Red Rooster yet because you're just
Well,
talking about it.
Kelsey's working on the 6th issue, so he's working on those pages now, and the book will deliver in May. We'll try to deliver sooner, but I know it'll deliver in May.
No, I mean like the other books, like the Futurist,
The
Bass
Futurist,
Reeves.
the Futurist is almost done with the 5th issue. Butch is done penciling. We've got a few inks and a few colors to do, but most of it is done through the 5th issue. And Bass Reeves is done through the 5th issue. So I think there might be 1 or 2 pages left. I can't remember, but they're basically all done through 5, except for Red Rooster. And I've got to get caught up as usual.
So I'm guessing that maybe we'll be seeing these come out as well on Indiegogo soon.
That's the plan. Yeah, that's the plan. So we're going to fulfill Nora, and sometime in the process of the Nora Saga campaign, we'll start building out the next campaign for the next full season of one of these titles. Probably Bass Reeves, but the Futurist is also a fan favorite with the crowdfunding customers. We haven't fully made our decision yet, but one of these titles will premiere on Indiegogo and as a complete season, and we'll launch the sign up page probably in a month or so.
Cool. That's awesome. So you also got the Saints done. I mean, I just got that maybe a couple weeks ago. I haven't got around to reading it yet, though.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah, there's a lot of
But
great books to read.
It looks awesome, though. I definitely
Mhm.
flipped through it, and it looks amazing. So I'm excited to read it. Actually sit down and read it. Do you have anything else coming? What's new?
We we have a lot of things we'd like to be doing next, right? But right now we're really focusing on 2 things: finishing what we started in these season 1s, getting them done, and the second thing is fostering and building that community of enthusiasts and customers that we want to engage with more regularly. So those are the 2 big items we have on our agenda for 2022. If you want to see more stuff from us, I mean, we have some killer ideas that we'd like to flesh out. Hopefully this year, we'd like to maybe start taking some steps towards another title launch. But I'm never doing 4 at a time again. Never again. 1 at a time, like with the Saints. It makes it a lot easier. But yeah, I'd like to kick off another title this year, but that remains to be seen.
Yeah, got to get some other things going first.
Yeah,
I'd imagine.
I want to make sure these are an absolute success, that they get finished, that
Yeah.
that everyone, all the customers are enthusiastic, and they're just itching for the next big thing.
Yeah, definitely. I'm excited to see where it goes. William C. says that Futurist rules.
Thank you. Yeah,
That's
we love.
awesome.
I love that book. It's definitely been a labor of love for me for probably it's over a decade.
Yeah, it's definitely a good one. Uh, I don't want to keep you too long because I know you're busy. So can you just give one final umbrella where it's like, here's what you need to do. Here's where you need to come see me. Here's where you need to come buy the stuff. Tell these people, why you need to come get it and where to get it.
Well, the first thing you need to hit up is norassaga.com. Really easy link to share and remember and click on, and that will take you to the Indiegogo page for the complete first season of Nora's Saga. We're just about right at 40K on this, and we haven't even been up for a week. So it's been a phenomenal launch week for us. And, if this gets this book finished, gets it printed, gets it delivered, and it's going to be a beautiful package, and it allows us to set up the next one and keep doing this and finish out the seasons of all these 5 series that we've started. So if you want to go check out more of what we're doing at Allegiance Arts, you want to visit allegiancearts.com, and the links are there on that campaign site too. That's allegiancearts.com. Sign up for our mailing list so you can stay up to date on our regular newsletters. We're keeping everybody up to date on what we're doing. You'll be the first to know about, the new campaigns that we launch or any new products that we have out. I guess, and lastly, subscribe to my YouTube channel. So I've been talking with the Allegiance Arts team a lot lately, and also with Kelsey Shannon, who is becoming an expert at YouTube, it turns out. And we are going to be diving into YouTube and utilizing that tool and platform to foster better community engagement. And we're going to focus on that and see where it goes. We're all very excited about it.
Cool. Yeah. And if anyone needs any links to all those things he mentioned, I believe I have all of them down in the description as you're listening right now. So you can also go right there and check out any of those things. So Mitch.
Awesome.
Thanks a lot for stopping by. I really appreciate it, man. I hope and wish the best for you and your family moving forward.
Thank you very much. Wish you guys the best too. I appreciate you having me on and lending me your platform. It's been awesome.
Man, we love to have you. We have anyone on here. Actually, anyone out there who's listening. If you ever want to come on, just drop us a line on Twitter and stuff like that, and we're glad to have you on. But I'm gonna go ahead and let you go, and I'm gonna talk a little bit more to the people. And you have a great day, Mitch, and tell all your family that have a great time. Have a good life.
Yep.
Good times.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah, Happy New Year. Bye, Mitch.
Bye.
Hey, everybody. So anyway, that was Mitch. That was cool. We got to hear a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Got to talk a little bit about art and everything. Few things. Man, my dog is barking outside. I wonder what's going on. He doesn't usually bark crazy like that unless there's something going on. Hope you can't hear it. But anyway, it's just out there and it's going on. Oh, look at there. Allegiance Arts Entertainment. That studio is awesome. Thanks. Yeah, this is the studio. This is Skits. This is where we do it. This is the top floor to the studio right here. It goes all the way over there, a little over here. And, we really, really enjoy it. Let me just see. Let me get this switched over. Yeah, Skits Funhouse. Here we go. Appreciate y'all for stopping in and saying hey. I got a few things to talk about though. We got stuff to talk about. So we got Verse Films Productions, man. Y'all need to go over to the YouTube channel, Verse Films Productions. Need to check out everything that's going on with my wife, Karshina. She's over there doing all sorts of cool stuff. There we go. Let me put it up there. Subscribe to her channel. She's doing all sorts of horror stuff. She's working on a horror script. We got a horror comic book coming out later this year. That should be phenomenal and awesome and cool. So just go on over there and check her out. This Friday, she's going to be doing a live video. I think it's the first live video on her YouTube channel for Verse Films Production. She's going to be doing the one chip challenge. Now, I don't know if any of y'all know anything about this, but that one chip challenge, it is nuts. Like, I've seen people take it and they end up in the hospital. Now, I hope my wife, she doesn't need to be ending up at the hospital here because we live a ways from the hospital. We're like 30-minute drive down the highway from any hospital. So it's a ways. That's just how it is when you're here in the holler, But she's going to be doing it. I mean, it's just crazy. I don't know why she would want to do it, but she just feels like she needs to do it. So y'all need to go over there Friday, 5 p.m. and check out the one chip challenge. It's like, I guess I'll be there. It'll be right here. We're going to film it on the couch. We're going to have some milk. We're going to have some bread. We're going to have some water. We're going to have some Skittles. Probably, I don't know, why not, So she's gonna need anything and everything to kind of quench the burn and the depths from hell that this chip will get going and burning from. So anyway, go over there, Verse Films Productions, go over to her website, sign up, go Friday and see her do something crazy and burn her mouth up, and who knows what else going to burn after this. I mean, when you eat stuff that's that hot, usually an hour or two later, you're burning on the back end as well. So we'll just see how it goes for her. I don't know. Oh, Rick said, nothing helps the pain will remain. There you go. baby. You see it right there. Rick Saylor says, nothing helps the pain will remain. Are you sure you want to do this? I don't want to see you do it. Maybe I do a little bit. But anyway, go for it, man. One chip challenge is not fun. Definitely the worst thing I've ever eaten. Baby, I know you like hot stuff, but look what Rick Saylor's saying. I trust Rick Saylor. I wouldn't do it. Anyway. Yeah. Don't do it. I wouldn't do it. Not for anything. I hate hot stuff. I can handle a little spice, but not anything like that. Man, that's just stupid. Stupid. Hey everybody, just so you know, we shut down the Skits the Sun book 1 on Indiegogo. That was like a week ago. We did that. We shut it down. It's done and over with. But you can still buy the books. Yeah, you can still buy the books. Not a big deal. Go on over to, let me show you. Bam, right here. Go on over to the Skits website. We got some artwork for sale. We got some books for sale. You can still get the 3-book journey. It's not numbered anymore, but you can get the 3-book journey with the belly band signed. You get the books individually if you like. Go on over there. We take PayPal, and of course you can do credit cards and stuff like that through PayPal. So go on over there and check that out. We also got the news and videos, like if you wanted to know about what was going on. We got the interview for today that you're watching right now. It's right up on there. You can go check that out. Got some artwork here showing the sketchbook stuff and all sorts of other stuff on there. Also, we did the Fanboy Expo a little while back, so you can go check that out. And you can watch our mini movie. It's like 6 minutes long. Skits meets Mr. Chair. That thing is awesome. What I ought to do is probably just play that thing. Maybe we can play out the show with it. That'd be awesome. It's really, really cool. Anyway, so go on over there, check everything out. Contact us, get on the mailing list if you're not on any of our mailing lists yet. Go check out the shop. Go check out all the other stuff that we got on there. We're going to be having some more stuff on there. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the show, we're going to be doing a sketchbook series where it's actually a storybook, a handmade storybook of skits that we're going to be having. So that's cool. Oh, we still got people in here talking about the one chip challenge. We got Rick Saylor here. Worst hour of my life. Here. The problem is it isn't hot. It's more like straight fire in your mouth. Yeah, go over to skitscomic.com. That's where we're at, people. Skitscomic.com. Okay. Well, you heard it. It's going to go down Friday at 5 p.m. over on the Verse Film Productions YouTube channel. So go check it out. But for me, I ain't going nowhere near that thing. So I'll be there in spirit, but I ain't partaking. There you go. That's all I got to say. Anyway, thank you, everybody. I will go ahead and play our video out. Actually, let me share. Boom, boom, boom. Bam. Okay. Let's go ahead and play this out. And thanks again for coming. And y'all have a good day.